Yo, yo, yo. What's up? What's going on, guys? Happy Thursday, baby. Happy Thursday. Random mode time already, by the way. Get your rando modes in. Try to get a free sub. Looking for that angel thump, my friends. It'll be a cool day. It's going to be a long day for streaming, which is not bad, right? Longer than normal anyways, for us. So, well, we usually go to about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So we'll be going a couple hours longer than that today. Sometimes we go long anyways. Vault, what's up, my friend? We've got the news, obviously, which we're gonna dive into here in a moment. Why did that stop? How about we just get some more music going again? There we go. Weird, man. I love Steam's music player so much. It's so good. Steam, your music player is so good. You definitely shouldn't fix it. Steam, you shouldn't fix it. You should fix it, Steam. Valve, fix your music player. Anyways, I'm done. We've got the news segment this morning, video gaming news segment, and we'll be doing like Warframe up until noon, and then I think that's what time we have the Nacon showcase. Let me verify that. Nacon showcase at noon, right? Yep. And then at 4:30 today we have the Capcom showcase. So we'll basically do the news. We're gonna just do Warframe again today. I enjoyed it yesterday. It was fun getting to dive back into it. The game feels good. It was a lot of fun. Very nostalgic for me. I hadn't really played a game since like, Jesus, almost like 9 years ago. And it feels pretty good. So I just wanted to take. It was gonna be a weird day breaking up the gameplay for showcases and stuff, and so I just figured why not just play Warframe again today. But we have a new game we might start tomorrow. We're going to see what reviews are like for Clash today. And if the reviews are good, we might start playing that tomorrow. We'll take a look at it this morning, okay? But that's the play. That's the plan. We're going to do the news. We'll do some Warframe. Then at lunchtime, noon Central, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific, we will take a break for lunch. We'll watch the Nacon showcase. And after that's over, we'll get back into some Warframe gaming until about 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific, and then we'll end the stream up with Capcom's showcase. Cool? That's the plan, baby. Let's go ahead and get into it then. Hope everybody's having a great day. Happy Thursday. This is what we're listening to this morning. Had to be turned on again because of Valve's amazing music player, you know. BPM, the BPM jams, man. Great roguelite, first-person shooter, rhythm-based game, and it's a lot of fun. Great art style, and highly recommend. And the music's pretty fantastic as well. So go check it out. Cool. Let's go ahead and get into our video gaming news. Let's see what we got for today. Let's go. Yesterday, I am fantastic, buddy. How are you, man? Thanks for asking. We got an official launch date announcement out of Bethesda for Starfield. We'll watch this morning. Our buddy Tinwin brought this to our attention yesterday. This didn't drop until after we had already done the news yesterday morning. So we'll take a look at this morning. When did they say this is dropping? 6 September, right? Yeah, 6 September. So for all you people that are hyped about Starfield, there you go. As long as it doesn't slide one more time, or any more times, then 6 September is looking like your date here, okay? And we'll watch this morning. I figure we'll probably get some stuff in the news about it, but several Lego games, including a Diablo-like Disney project, have been canceled. These are going to be the similar articles, so I'm just going to pull this one up. See what else we got. There you go. Yeah, look, this is not surprising, okay? Think it slips to November? Really? Why? Holidays? Maybe. Maybe. I think they're going to be hesitant to put another delay on it. If they've already given it another official date, I'll tell you this. What they might be doing is playing at releasing it then to try and pump up sales during the holidays with some discounts on the game. That might be what happens. You might not be wrong either, though, right? But the fact that this game has already had a significant delay, and just inherently, the fact that it's a Bethesda game already makes me a bit hesitant in its initial release. Delays are warranted, and developers should be comfortable with delays, right? So don't get me wrong, but whenever you start having numerous delays, that's whenever I start getting really worried about a title. And I don't think I'm the only one that feels like that. So if they were to delay again, I think that's going to actually hurt them more than potentially just delaying to get it out around the holidays would help them, you know? I could be wrong, but that's just my impression there. Rather than them just going, our release date's going to be November in the first place, you know? I don't know. Just spitball in here, but we'll see. Yeah, look, summer showcases are going to happen in June. This is the case, right? You could absolutely be right though, there, Volt. Yeah. So we already know that the three major console players are not going to be at E3 if E3 happens, right? E3 has not happened for 3 years now. If you don't know what E3 was a huge convention and showcase for technology and gaming development, right? That pops off it happens in LA, and it had been going on for roughly, I don't know what, dude, probably like around 20 years or something. I mean, a long time, man. And it had really become a staple in the gaming industry for a lot of developers to attend and be a part of, to be able to showcase all of their upcoming titles, announce titles, show more of titles that they had already announced, things like that, for years and years. But it's been canceled for like the past 3 years, and what they kept doing was going, and it was initially part of the pandemic, you know, was what was the catalyst for them canceling, and that's understandable. But even over the past, like even last year, it came to a point where they were like, yeah, we're going to have it. Yeah, we're going to have it. And then they canceled it last minute. And what it's done is resulted in a lot of developers and publishers going, okay, we got to figure out something else that we can do to showcase our products, our software, our games to the fans and to the consumer without E3 being a part of this, right? So they found ways to do this by just holding their own showcases in collaboration with their subsidiaries and their partners and things like that. And most of it is just digital showcases, right? Online showcases. And it's worked very well. But the fact that E3 has lost its uh, basis with a lot of these gaming industry, these gaming businesses for being able to rely on E3 to actually happen. You know, um, they're not. They've decided not to be a part of it anymore. And I kind of called this. It was like, dude, they 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 can't rely on E3 to happen anymore because E3 keeps baiting people and going, "We're gonna have it, we're gonna have it," because they say this. They've done this for the past 3 years, where it's like they go, "We got to cancel. Okay, we're sorry, we got to cancel. We're definitely having it next year. We're definitely having it next year." And they go, "We're having it, we're having it, we're having it, we're having it," all the way up until about 2 months ahead of time, a month ahead of time, and they go, "Oh, hey, we're not having it." And then all these developers and publishers are in a mad scramble to figure out how they're going to go ahead and present all of their stuff to the audience, their audience, right? And so at this point, the major console players have said, "Yo, we're out. We're not being a part of this anymore." And they found ways to do it on their own. So I don't think E3 will ever be the same thing that it ever was before for the gaming industry. It could potentially come back and still be a viable convention, and it could still definitely have its place for, I think, the tech industry for sure. But I don't think it's going to have the same presence that it ever did previously for the gaming industry. I just don't. I think too many. I think too many businesses, developers, and publishers have just found it. They found their own way to get this done. They don't need to be a part of E3 anymore. So yeah, maybe that's the case, Vault. Maybe that's the case. And I mean, there's always the potential for that because look, man, indie developers are amazing. They're always coming up with great, unique titles that are really the foundation for what major developers should be striving to do. In my opinion, quite often, anyways. It's not that we don't see some diamonds in the rough anymore from big developers. Like, I mean, hey, man, we got one at the beginning of this year with Hi-Fi Rush. Out of Tango, and what an absolute pleasure that was, right? It's not like it doesn't happen, but yeah, you're right. That could be a thing. So, um, we'll see. But if you guys did not know, the major console players, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, will not be part of E3. Therefore, they will be doing what they've done for the past 3 years, which is having their own showcases popping off at the beginning of the second week or through the second week of June. That's when you can expect those to happen, along with like the summer game showcase with Jeff Keighley, all that kind of stuff. That's all going to be happening around the same time there, right? There are some developers that have said they are going to be part of E3 if E3 happens this year, like Ubisoft. But we're just going to have to wait and see if it actually happens. It'd be the first time in 4 years at this point that it would have actually taken place. We'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, so Bethesda has announced the Starfield Direct. So we knew that they were going to be devoting an entire showcase to Starfield, as no Starfield content was in their Xbox Bethesda showcase that happened at the end of February. Was it end of February or was it end of January? Jeez, dude, time flies, doesn't it? So we'll take a look at this and see when they're doing the direct, and we'll watch the trailer as well. Was it mid Jan? I thought it was like the end of January. Well, either way, whatever. I mean, whenever they did it, yeah. Thanks, buddy. Whenever they did it, they literally before they even held it, they said, "Look, we're not showing any Starfield stuff in this showcase. A dedicated Starfield showcase will come later on." And it looks like we're going to find out when that's going to be. And we'll watch it here in the channel whenever it goes live. Just like we're doing today with the Nacon stuff, Capcom. I try to watch as many showcases as I can with you guys, man, because I enjoy doing that stuff. Oh, man. I think that we're at a point. I'm not going to dive into this article right here, but from what I've seen, I think we're at a point where the acquisition of Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard is going to pop off pretty soon now. I think it's going to happen pretty soon. I've always said that I think it would happen. There have been some significant hurdles and obstacles, but I think that Microsoft is finally starting to get over those and around those, and I think that it's going to be coming pretty soon, actually. And I'm going to be so very, very, very disappointed if Bobby Kotick is still part of that company after it happens. We've already got something up on this front. Steam getting 3 more legacy Call of Duty games. Okay. Best feature for multiplayer gaming just arrived on PS5, it looks like. Interesting. Fat Shark celebrates 5 years of Warhammer Vermintide 2. You know what's really crazy about this? Dude, their new game, which is very much the same as, playstyle concept-wise as Vermintide, which was Darktide, right? That's their Warhammer 40K version, right? That just came out, what was it, like fall of last year? Has done terrible. Yeah. But people love Vermintide. Yeah, it had some jank, yeah. It hasn't done very well. How's it sitting right now on I just saw it here recently and was like, man, it's still not doing very well. Shush your mouth. Shush your mouth. Ooh-wee. Goodness. It was solid when you weren't disconnecting. How does that even happen, dude? You know what I mean? How does that even happen whenever they've been doing these same kind of games for years now? That's interesting. Thanks, Vault. I appreciate it. But you can see, I mean, the all time the reviews for this game, it came out in November, so winter, basically, almost winter. But 54% positive of over 55,000 reviews, and recent's even worse, 50% positive of over 2,000 reviews. That's rough, dude. That's really rough. There were a lot of people hyped about that too. Whereas Vermintide, Vermintide's done pretty well, man. I mean, like 90% positive recent, and then 85% positive of over 70,000 reviews lifetime. It's not like this is an old game. It came out in 2018, so we're talking like, I don't know, 4 years. 4 years, And between that time of them making Vermintide and it doing very well, and then making Darktide, something went awry. Kind of wild. I would need to look at the reviews and see exactly what everybody's saying, but with what I'm hearing here from Vault, at least I know that there's some significant connectivity issues with the game. Apparently, at least initially, I'm guessing there still are. If there's that much negative review stuff coming out of it, pretty brutal. There's a Nacon sale going on right now on Steam as well, and we'll take a look at that before we end the news segment, just because we're watching the Nacon stuff today also. But we'll see what's the 5-year celebration is of Vermintide 2. We streamed a little bit of this not too long ago. I'd never really taken a dive into Vermintide 2. We had some fun with it. It was cool. Yeah, Capcom. Let's make sure I have this time right. Yeah, 2:30 p.m. Pacific. 17:30. Wait, what? That's weird. They like mixed up the different timings. One's like 24-hour. One's on a 12-hour. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, gamer, what's up? Yeah, it's 5:30 East. Yeah, I know what that is, Vault. Yeah, yeah, I know what it is. It's just funny because most time if you see this, it'll be all the way across, right? So this is what I've traditionally referred to as military time, but it's just a 24-hour time. So basically, what you do is you just subtract 2 hours from that to get what so 17:30 would be 5:30, and add 2 hours to this to get the military or the 24-hour time. So this would be 4:30 or 14:30, right? Ferret, what's up? Isn't that weird though? That like they did 2:30 p.m. Pacific and then they did 17:30 p.m. Eastern. Maybe they just wanted to give people a better idea. If people only knew how to really look at it one way or the other, it would give them a way to work off of it. Maybe I don't know. I just haven't seen people do that very often. What's up, guys? How are you? So yeah, for us today though, it'll be 16:30 16:30 Central, or 4:30 Central Time. So 4:30. That's when we're going to start watching the Capcom event, and that'll be what we end the stream on. Yep. Oh, did you really, gamer? Nice, dude. Nice. You just don't. I don't normally see it in. I don't see them mix up the different. What do you call them? Like the time. I keep wanting to say zones. That's not right. But the time conversions or whatever. So, but I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing for people that don't know one or the other. It gives them something to go off of. Congrats, gamer. Dude, you spent some time getting that baby, didn't you? All right, let's go over to our other search. Oh, Microsoft confirms it will let Sony put Call of Duty on PS Plus. Okay, yeah, they're trying to get this done, dude. We'll see what they have to say there, though. It's got to be a contract. It's got to be on a contract, though. We already talked about that. Oh, sick, dude. Over 100 hours. Asked for help on Facebook and got it. Yo, nice, dude. Sick. GG's. Nice, man. Cool. Gaming is getting more expensive on average. Data shows. Yo, is that a surprise to anybody? It's not to me. I talk about it all the time. It's blatantly obvious to me. Take a peek at that. All of it, dude. All the way around. Yeah. Gaming in general is getting more and more expensive. Yeah. All the way around. Even just on the software front. I mean, I hit on the software front of everything all the time, right? From, release day price to DLC to battle pass to microtransaction shops. And dude, TVs are flipping cheap nowadays. Man, it's insane. It's It's insane how cheap TVs are nowadays. I mean, unless you're gonna like go for something incredibly groundbreaking right now for that kind of stuff technology wise. Like, have you seen the TVs where it's like a bunch of the little panels that are like flexible that you just like snap in together? So that stuff is dope, but it's expensive, dude. That stuff is sick, but it's expensive. Hmm. Oh yeah, easy, dude. Easy, because they're flipping high powered they're computers, dog. They're flipping computers. There's so much more power in one of these than there is in like a TV. You know what I mean? Most quite often, anyways, in mid range to top tier phones. You know? Yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, yeah, like double the price sometimes. Yeah. Yep. Yep. You're right, man. Crazy. But if you've noticed, there's a lot of manufacturers, hardware manufacturers for like phones and stuff that are starting to develop phones with a dedicated pivot towards making them um, as gamer friendly as possible, right? Like as powerful for gaming and as ease of access for gaming and stuff like that as possible. Because mobile's a big deal, right? Mobile gaming's a big deal too. A lot of people play games on their phone all the time, and that's what a lot of these have turned into for people, right? Another way to game, man. And so they're making them as good of a gaming device as they possibly can. Sometimes with that being the primary focus outside of any other kind of application. It's kind of crazy. Mm. Microsoft expects Call of Duty Mobile to be phased out for Warzone Mobile. The Engage. Oh my god, dude. God. Yeah, bro. I just got hit with like a flipping flashback, Doug. That's crazy. It's really wild. The Engage. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. PS5 system update 7.0 is rolling out globally. Yo, me too, Keanu. Me too. He seems like a really good dude. Keanu Reeves does. Nintendo has released a Bayonetta Origins demo. Cool. RE4 remake day one patch will fix what? He's too tall. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, they can do a lot in cinematics nowadays to change the perspective of things like that too, right? So they could just get taller people to play roles around him to make him not seem as tall. You know what I mean? There's a lot of tricks with camera angles and things like that that could be done to make it not look so. Yeah, so is Hugh Jackman. You're right. Yeah, to make it not look so obvious that he was tall. You know what I mean? So there are things that could be done. It's not like it's impossible. But dude, he would have to get jacked, in my opinion. I don't want to see like I don't want to see like a lean Wolverine, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, Hugh Jackman. Yeah, that's a hard one to beat right there, man. That's like Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man. It's hard for me to see anybody else playing Iron Man. It feels like one of those people that was just the perfect cast for that role. Um, I don't necessarily care to see anybody else play uh, Wolverine either. Yeah. You know what's funny, dude? I watched a movie last night that has Hugh Jackman in it that I'd never seen. It's it's like the Peter Pan movie or whatever where he plays Blackbeard. That was wild. I liked seeing him play a bad guy. Have you guys seen that? I just like was flipping through stuff and I saw it. And I was like, dude, I've never seen this before. I liked it. It was a pretty good movie, dude. Hogwarts Legacy update fixes dozens of bugs, like multiple dozens. What about performance? Used to be a PE teacher. Word. I think I had heard that before. That's awesome. He seems like a really good dude too. Hugh Jackman. What? NVIDIA GeForce hotfix to stop your CPU from what? Spazzing out after gaming? What? Okay. Shredder's heading to Call of Duty? What? Okay. We'll take a look. Dude, I'm really wanting to see some things out of Capcom today, and I'll tell you what it is. Because we're gonna watch the Capcom showcase to end stream one today, right? I want to see Dragon's Dogma 2. I don't think we will, but I would love to see Dragon's Dogma 2, dude. Dragon's Dogma was a banging RPG, dude. That game was so much fun, man. Um, there's another game. What's this other game they have? They've got another game coming out. Exoprimal, dude. Exoprimal. This is another game. They've announced this, but there's no it's just coming soon. If you didn't know, Exoprimal, and I'll link this to you if you guys want. I've let people, we've taken a look at it quite often here in the channel. Exoprimal's like wearing exosuits, and I mean, think kind of Anthem, right? Not gameplay wise and everything, but just like exosuit wise and everything. You wear exosuits and you got like dinosaurs falling out of these like portals in the sky. Beast Wars Transformers. Well, dude, it's actually got these dinosaurs that fall out of portals, man. And then you're like, you get in these teams of with other people that are running these exosuits, and you're like taking on all these like mobs of dinosaurs, and sometimes you're fighting big gnarly dinosaurs. And I don't know, it just looks really wild, dude. It looks wild. It looks like it could be some fun for some multiplayer stuff, you know. And I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing what this game is going to actually entail entirely gameplay wise. So yeah, it does look interesting. So I'm hoping Capcom will show something more of that today. But I would love to see something out of, because there have been rumors swirling for a while, man, about Dragon's Dogma 2, and God, I loved Dragon's Dogma so much, man. Hmm. We got one more page. We got a lot of articles up. Evil welcomes the necromancer to town. I love necromancers. Wait, what? Overwatch 2 players elated. We'll see what's going on there. That sounds like something wild. This dude. Midnight, man. Six essential video games coming to Game Pass with a lot of content. Take a look. We might have already hit on some of that. We'll see. Amazon's developing a new live service AAA game. Okay. We saw the Paradox stuff. Yeah. Okay. These Game News 24, these articles are so hard to read because I think they're translated over to English from some other language, and they don't hardly ever make enough sense to read through. It's really, really brutal. So I try to stay away from those. We got enough articles up, anyways. Here we go. TMNT Shredder is heading to Call of Duty. Call of Duty has had many crossovers over the years, including the Terminator and Godzilla. Now the series is welcoming another pop culture icon in the form of Shredder from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's see this. Is that just the same picture that was on the article here? Let's see what we got. Yeah, are you surprised that that's what they did, though? Cool. Nice. I mean, who doesn't love Shredder, dude? You know? I think I'd. I mean, let's see some Krang running around or some Bebop and Rocksteady. You know what I mean? Let's not just keep it, at Shredder. Let's get some Bebop and Rocksteady running around in there too. The game's Twitter account tweeted out a mysterious teaser trailer. Just think it fair. We'll talk about that, dude. That closely zooms Shredder like the kitchen utensil. Yeah, I mean, kind of the same thing. Maybe a little bit more gnarly, but could definitely take care of the same kind of applications. You know what I mean? The game's Twitter account tweeted out a mysterious teaser trailer that closely zooms in all around the Foot Clan leader before revealing his silhouetted figure in the full. I mean, look, dude. You know. You know what I mean? That's some old school Shredder right there, dude. He's hanging out down there protecting the PC. No big deal. The trailer then points to March 21st as a possible release date for the new character. Fine print of the trailer mentions Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone, like Warzone 2.0, though, and not the original. So it's likely that Shredder will be an operator for both. The toy did look bad for Shredder, but dude, I found a bunch of my old toys not too long ago, and I had to pop Shredder out, dude. He's hanging out down there with one of my old, like, little bitty Skeletors, you know what I mean? The two are partially through their second season, which kicked off on February 15th. Season brought a new Ronin operator, Kadakis, that players could dual wield, and a Path of the Ronin event with challenges based around on the 7 virtues of Bushido, all of which would slightly fit in with Shredder as he's based around a bunch of samurai motifs. Cool. Dude, I got rid of all my He-Man stuff, and I had a ton. We were moving around a lot, though, and it was hard to keep everything. Kadachi. Is that what it said? Did it say Kadachi? Did I just read it wrong? Oh, it did say Kadachi. My bad, dude. Thanks. Not enough coffee, I guess. Oh, bro, Gamer, that's supposed to be a great game. I have it too, man. I have it too, and I really want to play it. It's actually on our list of games to potentially play in the near future if we can work it in, but it's going to be a long gameplay. So, dude, I want to play that game too. Yeah, so I had like, dude, I had so much He-Man stuff. I had both the castles. I had the flipping tigers. Like I had so much stuff, and you know, I should have held on to it. I should have, and we ended up getting rid of it. Man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. Yep, I had a bunch of that stuff, and we were moving around a lot, and it was. I got in a mindset where it was like, you know, I mean, we've tried to be really good about getting rid of as much stuff possible, but that's some of the stuff that I regret getting rid of because it's that would have been some cool stuff to hold on to. Yeah. Oh, ferret, that feels terrible, dude. I'll see if I can bring something up on it here. See what that gives us. Thanks, man. Thanks. Evil welcomes the Necromancer to town. I'm not even familiar with this game really, but the social deduction game from Versus Evil is about to breathe some life into the local town with a Necromancer. Announced last night and seemingly ready to go right now, the Necromancer is a brand new way to play this horrific game of Guess Who. Dropping into Evil, I think I do know what this is. As a conspirator role character, this new player type will bring the power of life and death to the local village and further confuse the task of hunting down the ne'er-do-wells infesting your charming village. Character dropped with a preview trailer so you can get a good look at what's coming to town. The Necromancer can use hordes of undead to carry out mischievous machinations, wielding the seed of the undead ability to raise hordes from their slumber. These minions can guard a particular area, generally harass the living, but probably not pet the dog. They could pet the dog, couldn't they? Who doesn't like to pet the dog? Your Necromancer can, however, summon undead dog. Nice! To call a deceased doggo to help take down those who need to get in the ground. Thankfully, the more human residents of Evil can purchase a novel item to deal with the undead. Holy water is available to throw it at a zombie and instantly destroy it. Well, that's not all the developer Vest Games added in the latest update. The Necromancer adds a new angle to every turn in this multiplayer social deduction game. When you enter the once peaceful town of Evil, you'll need to communicate with your team, place wards, traps, and other clues to find the murderers hiding in plain sight. Inspired by social games like First Class Trouble or Among Us, this puts a fun twist on the genre with a mix of inventive classes. Be the Ghost Whisperer, Seer, or Detective as you hunt down the other team. You can check out more about this particular title over on the official website, which is linked here, and visit this quaint homestead on PS5 and 4, Xbox Series X, S, and 1, and PC. Let's watch this real quick.
Greetings, villagers. It's time once again to update your game, but be warned, because with this
okay, gamer, yeah. Yo, GG's, dude. Congratulations on the achievement, man, or the trophy.
Is that a terrible
awesome,
pun?
dude?
Well, of course it is. Meet the Necromancer, a devious and formidable role who wields the power of life and death, mostly death.
Oh, gamer, that feels bad.
Their hands.
All
That's
the comics.
Right. The Necromancer can summon undead minions to attack the living, or simply use them as a distraction while they carry out their dastardly plans. Let's talk abilities. The Necromancer
I like that the undead look a bit
ability, which allows
different than what you would see in normal games, or most games, you know.
With a 30 to 60 second delay.
It's like a jelly skeleton.
Attack and chase any nearby players. But as with any reanimated entity, they're slower.
It looks good. I like it.
The living a great opportunity to run far, far away. The Necromancer also has another useful ability.
It was the Discord integrated. That's what I was figured the PS5 was implementing was the Discord stuff. Xbox has had it for probably half a year now, at least. Now PS5's getting it.
The Necromancer's passive abilities
We've got an article up on it.
Raise suspicion. With the Wrath of the Fallen ability, if the Necromancer's role is identified, the investigating player will take damage. And finally, the Summon
Destiny 2's having a bit of a rough go of it right now, aren't they?
Calling forth a pet to your side that will
Bungie's having a bit of a
by players. Be careful. This pet is in no mood.
Bit of a trudge.
From your friends here at Vest Games and Versus Evil, we thank you for your continued support and look forward to seeing you in Evil. Stay safe out there.
Okay, cool. Here, I'll link this for you guys. You take a look. There's some links in there and stuff if you're interested. Yep. Feels a bit rough, doesn't it? Yeah. Overwatch 2 players elated as the cow on Busan has finally been fixed. So the cow on the inflatable cow on the map Busan has now the correct physics applied, allowing it to jiggle like normal. Overwatch 2's colorful cast of heroes is an equally colorful cast of maps for players to do battle on. From the classic streets of London and the King's Row map to the sunny beaches of Paraiso, there's definitely no shortage when it comes to a variety of maps in Overwatch 2. Yeah, jiggling cow, dude. The cow's got jiggle physics, dog. It's not just for waifus, man. You know what I'm saying? The jiggle physics in games are not just for waifus, baby. They're for inflatable cows, too. Alongside the maps featuring various locations, almost all of them have cute little Easter eggs or bonuses, which reward players that explore the map instead of contesting the objective. One of these maps in particular hosts a large inflatable cow above them. Busan is a control point map, meaning there are three different stages that teams can play on. One of those is downtown, which is exactly what players expect, a downtown-esque area of Busan with busy streets and shops. Downtown has plenty of neat Easter eggs within it, including a train that runs through near the point, an arcade machine that's similar to Dance Dance Revolution, even a full-on karaoke club where certain heroes will sing if players bring them to the microphone. Oh, neat. That's cool. The best Easter egg in all of downtown Busan map, however, is the big inflatable cow outside one of the team's spawn rooms. This massive inflatable cow looks over at the spawn, almost begging players to interact with it. Players that fire at the cow will realize how wavy the inflatable cow actually is, and it's incredibly goofy to watch it jiggle around as you fire your ammunition into it. However, the cow inflatable has been bugged for quite some time, causing its physics to not jiggle the way that players have come to expect. Fortunately, Blizzard was smart enough to know that the player base wanted and made sure to fix arguably the most important aspect of the game. The cow's jiggle physics were fixed in the most recent patch released in the game, with the community absolutely elated by the announcement. One user even posting a celebratory video of the cow jiggling to the music. Oh, we got to see this, dude. Dead or Alive games. Oh, bro, yeah. Yeah. Bro, that is some cake, dog. That is some cake. That cow is thick, bro. That's funny, dude. That's actually fantastic. Blizzard loved the creativity of this. Thanks, and even highlighted the video in a tweet on the official Overwatch Twitter page. Players were quick to thank Blizzard for all their hard work, and we're glad to see that peace had once again been restored to downtown Busan. Actually, I'm going to retweet that, dude. That is actually hilarious, man. Better moves than dude. Well, yeah, no doubt. Me too. Yeah, that's fantastic, dude. Yeah, I'll retweet that, dude. That's actually fantastic, dude. That's good stuff. That cow thick, bro. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely worth a retweet, dude. That's good stuff. That's great. Good stuff, man. Xbox Game Pass, 6 essential video games are coming soon. There's also a lot of content. We've seen some of this already, but we'll touch on it again here. Yeah. I think we've seen all of it. Yeah, okay. So, summary. Guilty Gear Strive, March 9th. Valheim, March 14th. Sid Meier Civilization, 6, March 16th. Wait. Dude, they really jacked this up. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Guilty Gear Strive will be released in June. Of 2020. What year is it, dude? My head hurts. What year is it? Fans of the genre can try their hand at Guilty Gear Strive, which will be released in June of 2021. I don't know what to tell you guys. I guess I thought this game. I think they mean this game released in June of 2021. But I don't know. Um, anyways, it's coming to Game Pass. I don't know what to tell you with that one. Yeah, basically, yeah. I think so. Yeah. They sent it back to 2021 to grab some net code, and then they're gonna bring it back, put it on Game Pass. Because old net code was better than new net code. I don't know, something like that's going on. 9th of March, Dead Space 2 and Dead Space 3. Valheim for consoles on March 14th. Dude, I cannot say enough about Valheim, really. This was a game we played last year. It was so much fun. It's a lot of fun to play with friends, with other people. It can be an absolutely brutal game, so prepare yourself whenever you're deciding to go from biome to biome. But it has an absolutely fantastic building system in it. It's got great RPG elements. It is a ton of fun to play. You can sink a lot of time into this game. And I'm so glad that people on console that haven't had the chance to play this on PC yet are getting that opportunity, because more people need to be able to experience Valheim, in my opinion. So this is great. Civilization 6 on 16th of March. There you go. If you need more, I'll link this. But, dude, this is a hot mess of an article. Amazon is developing a new live service AAA game. Okay, so let's talk about this, Ferret. Yeah. So what Ferret was saying was, I think Amazon might need to start smaller to get some mini successes under their belt before they go competing in areas that have been well established for a long time. I don't disagree. This is what I'll say. So Amazon has an advantage already in the gaming industry of the fact that not only do they have a presence as a developer, but they are a publisher also. Most businesses in entering into the gaming industry are going to be one or the other. They don't normally just be able to, they're not normally able to just dive in and go, yo, we're going to be developing and publishing games. It's not that easy, right? Amazon's kind of in a unique situation where they're able to do that. But I agree with you. And I think that they should have focused more on probably trying to publish bigger games and work on developing probably smaller, more unique, polished titles before they started reaching for some of the things that they have. Like, look, New World had potential. If you guys don't know what New World is their first game that they ever developed in-house that was released. Put an asterisk on that. The first in-house game that they developed that was released, okay? And it's a MMO RPG, and it had a lot of potential, but they made some critical mistakes in that game that basically crushed it. Well, big one being they they allowed some exploits with the economy that just destroyed the economy of the game. And anybody that knows anything about online live service games, especially like MMO type games, if anything like that happens to the economy, it's pretty, catastrophic to the health of the game. And it happens. So I agree with you, Ferret. I mean, Amazon being Amazon, they were like, well, we've got tons of money. We'll just bring in a whole bunch of people that quote unquote know what they're doing, and we'll throw them in together, and we'll just come up with a bunch of big AAA games, and everything will be fine, right? Look, that's not the way things work. You can like kind of attribute this to the same thing. Anybody that knows anything about sports, it's kind of the same way, right? Right. Well, and it's not even just that, but you're right? It's not even just that. There's something to be said for getting people in a team together that mesh well, right? And it happens. You see it happen in sports a lot, right? Where you get people, and it's not always the teams that have the highest payrolls and stuff, right? It's teams that have players that have good chemistry, right? That's quite often what you'll refer to it as. Really good chemistry as a collective unit of people that work very well together, right? So it's kind of the same thing for a developer quite often, I think. You get people that are comfortable with one another. They work well together. They feed off of each other's ideas. And instead of just like reaching out, grabbing a whole bunch of people that don't know each other, putting them in a pot and going, make this AAA game. You know what I mean? Starting with grabbing people and pulling them in and getting a feel for maybe some smaller stuff and who's working well, who's got the good ideas, maybe where the fat needs to be trimmed, and keeping the good talent and the people that work well together and building off of that, snowball that into working on maybe a bit bigger titles, a bit, as you move forward, is, I think, a safer way to go about things in creating quality content that is going to end up being more profitable in the long run, right? Exactly, Ferret. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think you're wrong, and you can look at, and we still have to see how Netflix is going to do, but I feel like Netflix has done a better job in their dive into the market, or the industry of gaming, because it's not all that different, really. Amazon has been in the realm of creating, or they've had their live streaming service. They've been in that realm of creating TV shows and movies for a while, right? And Netflix has been there even longer. But Netflix kind of, tiptoed into the water a little bit. I feel like they were a little bit smarter strategically about how they wanted to go about testing this venture into the gaming industry than Netflix was, right? If you know, or than what Amazon has done. I mean, if you know what Netflix has done, and we still need to see how Netflix is going to evolve with their gaming endeavor. But over the past year, they put roughly 50 games on their platform, right? But it was a lot of games that they didn't necessarily develop themselves. They reached out, they collaborated, they found very, very, very good games that could go on their platform. From developers that a lot of these games were already made, and now they've acquired a few other studios. They're working with these studios to make their first big title game, but they've kind of taken a little more time to get a feel for what the industry is about, bring things in rather than just go, we're in gaming, here's our AAA, you know? And I agree. I agree. It does. But I mean, dude, this is the way of things, right? Yeah, you're good. You're good. It does feel a bit weird still for Netflix to say Netflix is going to be in gaming, and it not is going to be. They are in gaming, but many of the businesses that have been in different various forms of entertainment are pivoting into gaming. It's been like this. I mean, TikTok's doing it. Netflix is doing it. You name it. Gaming is a very profitable industry. It can be very lucrative, but it's not easy. So I think it's important that, you know, businesses have to have a good strategy to getting into the gaming industry and how to do it the correct way and successfully, because just having a name to go off of and just having capital to invest isn't going to do it for you. That's not going to do it. So it does seem I've been kind of impressed by Netflix. I've been less impressed by Amazon. They've gotten some good publishing under their belt, but development wise, Amazon's been pretty lackluster in my opinion. We'll see what they do moving forward. And we'll see what Netflix does moving forward. All of these companies that are taking this dive into gaming, you know, they've got a lot of tests as to how you know, they're going to do moving forward. So we'll see. But Amazon's San Diego studio is working on the multi-platform title as Amazon seeks to expand its footprint in gaming. Okay, seems that Amazon is hiring for a director-level role for a new game in the San Diego location. And a job posting on LinkedIn for a creative director at Amazon Games experience with live service games was listed as a requirement. In a blog post, Amazon summarized its relationships with external studios. They wrote of all the publishing deals they have made with external studios, including a publishing deal with Crystal Dynamics to publish their upcoming Tomb Raider title. At the end of the post, they mentioned new internally developed titles are being made at its San Diego and Quebec studios. Games as a service experience. Project is mentioned as a multi-platform AAA game, and the job listing also asks for candidates with knowledge of solo multiplayer and online games. Not specified if they are seeking industry knowledge or if these games will contain these elements. A live service title could be seen as controversial by some. A free-to-play game like Amazon's Crucible could end up being another dead game from Amazon, as the genre has become oversaturated, as many live service genres have. We could assume that the unannounced title could be a looter shooter along the likes of Destiny or Anthem, as Amazon Studio has experienced developing games in that genre. Could also be an MMO like New World and Lost Ark, because those aren't oversaturated. I mean, come on, man. Since the posting is hiring for a creative director, the job could be for a game that is in early development. San Diego Studio was previously helmed by former Sony president John Smedley, who stepped down from the studio. The San Diego studio failed to release a single title during Smedley's 6 years at the company. That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, Amazon made a splash in 2021 when it released its hyped fantasy MMO New World. The latter was a hit when it released, but its player base soon dwindled, losing 70% of its player base only a month after launch. Yep. Yeah, it didn't do very well. Studio has even greater ambitions with plans to develop multiple games, including a live service title from, what we just talked about, the San Diego studio. Amazon has big shoes to fill if it wants to be a major player in AAA gaming. So far, Amazon has released only 2 of its own AAA games since its founding 11 years ago. One of which was canceled months after release. Many more of Amazon's other video game projects did not see the light of day. Yeah. The rest of that's just talking about what they feel like Amazon should be doing and stuff. You can take a look if you want. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, I think the publishing side of their gaming is doing much better. You talk about things like Lost Ark. You know, Lost Ark was that was a great play by them to bring Lost Ark over to the western part of the world. That game had been out in the eastern hemisphere for 3+ years by the time they brought it over, and it's doing very well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, yeah. Again, I mean, it almost seems like Amazon's internally for them with the gaming stuff, development wise and everything. It just keeps coming off, and I could be completely wrong, but it just keeps coming off like a hot mess to me. So I'm not surprised that that's not the way they addressed things, because I would agree. It seems, uh, and I think they tried to do that to an extent, but again, I mean, with everything we've seen from their failed games and oh yeah, 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 um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, but again, I mean, from the development side of Amazon, it just things have not ever seemed real. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will. It's always seemed like a bit of a mess, in my opinion, just from the outside looking in. Um, from everything I've read and kept up with in regards to what Amazon's been doing and stuff. So I don't know, man. I could be completely wrong, but it doesn't surprise me that they had so much of an issue taking care of that, and rectifying that issue. And it was absolutely catastrophic to the game, to New World. Um, so from all the issues they had with games they tried to develop and had to scrap, to the game, that they released for like 2 months. What was the name of that game, man? Then they were like, oh, we got to pull it because it was crap. And then New World, which people seem to like, and then it got wrecked because they let the economy get crushed. And their publishing's done much better, but the development side of things seems a bit of a wreck, man. A bit of a hot mess, yeah. So we'll see what happens with them. But I think a big part of it was just, yeah, you're good, dude. You're good. I can't help but think that a big part of it has to do with just chemistry of things. They were like, let's just hire a massive group of people to probably work on gaming stuff, and it was like, it seems like a weird way to get things started. Um, Not that it couldn't work, but hard to have chemistry and get chemistry going between groups of people working on titles and stuff like that in a capacity where you're just throwing them in and getting things done like that. It would seem to me not impossible, but tougher anyways. Microsoft confirms it will let Sony put Call of Duty on PS Plus on day one. Streaming and subscription parity is included as part of the company's 10-year offer. They tried to give this to Sony, right? Microsoft has confirmed it offered Sony the option to put future Call of Duty games on its PS Plus subscription service on day one, as part of its bid to appease regulators' concerns over its proposed Activision Blizzard acquisition. However, Sony Entertainment alleged the offer could be reliant on unsustainable licensing costs, which could force it to raise prices. The offer is detailed in Microsoft's newly published response to UK regulator, Competition and Markets Authority, provisional findings on the deal, which were released last month. In response, Microsoft reiterates its willingness to sign a 10-year contract guaranteeing the shooter series will continue to be released on PlayStation consoles post-acquisition. Here's the thing. Sony shot this down initially. They went to Sony first and foremost and said, here's a 10-year, because Sony's already, they've still got like, 2.5 years left of a contract to have Call of Duty. But they were like, here's another 10-year. Sony said, no, not good enough. Microsoft was okay. So they went to Nintendo and said, would you like a deal to have it on your platform? Nintendo said, yes. And then Nvidia threw a fit about, the cloud gaming space because, you know, Nvidia's the biggest competitor is Microsoft, and Microsoft went, oh, okay, well, you know, would you guys like to have Call of Duty on your cloud gaming platform for the next 10 years? And Nvidia said, yes, we'll take it. And then they quit complaining too. And now Sony is sitting here as the only company that has shot that down. Microsoft claims its 10-year offer will provide Sony with a parity on release date, content, features, upgrades, quality, and playability with the Xbox platform across PS4, PS5, and any successor platforms. Notably, the Xbox owner said that parity will also apply to streaming and subscription services, confirming a Bloomberg report from last year. Any Call of Duty game in a Microsoft multi-game subscription is eligible for inclusion in Sony's multi-game subscription service at the same time and for the same duration, Microsoft claims in its response. One second. Sorry, guys, my bad. Any Call of Duty game in a Microsoft multi-game subscription is eligible for inclusion in Sony's multi-game subscription service at the same time and for the same duration, Microsoft claims in its response. It is confirmed that should the Activision Blizzard deal be approved by regulators, it intends to put future releases on Game Pass on the day of their release. This would seemingly give Sony the green light to do the same on PlayStation Plus for the next decade, should it accept Microsoft's offer. However, in its own response to the CMA's findings, which were also published on Wednesday, Sony claims that Microsoft's subscription offer isn't as appealing as it makes out. Nothing's going to be good enough for Sony. Look, I've said this the whole time. Ever since Sony shot down this initial, contract offer by Microsoft to put Call of Duty on their platform for 10 years, it seemed to me that it did not matter what Microsoft offered Sony and PlayStation. Anything that would be reasonable would be shot down because they want it to appear as anti-competitive as possible, right? It would have to be something absolutely absurd, like we'll put Call of Duty on Sony for the next 50 years, and Sony won't have to pay us anything. You know, it would have to be something absurd like that for Sony to be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Because again, PlayStation wants Xbox to look very anti-competitive in this front, but actually, what it comes off as is PlayStation is, to me, PlayStation is the one that's being anti-competitive in this. They don't want things to change. They've always been ahead of Xbox in the console gaming space, almost in every front, which has required Xbox to be very inventive and creative in the way that they were able to compete, creating things like Game Pass and things of that nature to be competitive. PlayStation has just always sat there and done what they've always done, which is just make money off. You know, they've always sold double the hardware that Xbox has. They've always made more money off of their proprietary software, and they don't want things to change, right? In a heavily redacted document, the PlayStation firm alleges that Microsoft would have significant leverage to manipulate the price of Call of Duty on PlayStation based on the licensing fee it decides to charge. On subscription, SIE claims this would commercially destroy Sony's multi-game subscription model. Microsoft would be able to drive up the price for Call of Duty, Sony claims, which it alleges would force it to raise the price of our MGS service or not offer Call of Duty on MGS at all. It wrote, quote, as a result of the proposal, Call of Duty would become a Game Pass exclusive by default and therefore dominate MGS services in the future. Microsoft said it's prepared to commit to appointing a third-party assessor to ensure it does not drift from its commitments over the 10-year period. The CMA's final report ruling on the Activision Blizzard deal is due by April 26th. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what Microsoft's saying. They're like, yo, we'll get a third party assessor to ensure that nothing goes awry. You know what I mean? Somebody that's completely not part of either business. That's exactly what this is about. Yeah. To ensure that everything is adhered to correctly. While Sony has so far refused to accept Microsoft's 10-year offer, Microsoft President Brad Smith recently said he remains hopeful of striking a deal with PlayStation. Last month, Microsoft announced it had signed a binding 10-year legal agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo platforms. Like I said, should the Activision Blizzard deal be approved? Also, like I said, confirmed a 10-year partnership with NVIDIA to bring its Xbox PC games to cloud gaming service GeForce Now, including Call of Duty. Yep. They did this with Nintendo. As soon as PlayStation shot them down, the other big Japanese console player said, yeah, we'll take it, and made PlayStation look ridiculous. And then NVIDIA started griping about anti-competitiveness, so Microsoft was like, well, do you want Call of Duty on your cloud gaming platform? And NVIDIA was like, oh, yeah, cool. And now we're good, so we'll quit griping. So there you go. We'll see what happens moving forward. Yeah. Gaming is getting more expensive, data shows. Like, this is not a surprise. Holy crappers, dude. Ah! Okay. It's going to go like this. It's either read it really small, with a huge flipping header. We'll just do this, whatever. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it quite that well, but, whatever. God, weird websites, dude. Gaming is getting more expensive on average, data shows. Despite an increase in the cost of living in the UK, the average amount of money spent on video game has increased. Courtesy of data by GfK via the Entertainment Retailers Association Yearbook, the average amount spent per physical game increased by 6.7% last year in 1 year. This boosted the average to 36.47. That's pounds, right? Yeah. An increase was also seen for digital game sales. The average increased by, how do you even say that? For the U.S., it would be like $15.19. Do you say 36 pounds and 47 cents? I don't think so, but I don't know. Inform me, my European friendos. Tell me. An increase was also seen for digital game sales. The average increased by 7.3% during last year, taking the average cost to 15.19 pounds. These changes could be a result of various price hikes, according to Omdia. As a result, the average retail price of video games has risen by 12% since 2017. They're not even talking about in-game transactions like battle passes, microtransaction stuff, DLC stuff that comes out afterwards. What they could be taking into account here, and probably are, some of the enhanced versions of the games you can buy that will come with like a season pass that will give you access to some of the DLC content that will come out later, though. Comes as no surprise when some of the biggest selling games have a £70 price tag in the UK. Current gem prices have steadily increased over the years, with AAA games leading the market. It's gross. Popular titles such as FIFA 23 saw 2.5 million sales, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 reaching a staggering 1.68 million. Furthermore, God of War Ragnarok hit 670,000 sales, and Horizon Forbidden West reached 530,000 sales. Consoles have also been hit with price increases recently. Sony raised the price of PlayStation 5 by £30 last year, blaming inflation for the rising costs. Xbox have also followed suit by recently announcing a price increase to $70 for US for their big titles. This could see highly anticipated games such as Starfield and Redfall being sold at a higher price point. Luckily for Xbox, their Xbox Game Pass service can make this more manageable. Absolutely. Let's not forget the fact that Nintendo, because they didn't note this, Nintendo is also raising their prices now. And Nintendo is the worst of all because they never put their games stay at that price point. Whereas games like Xbox games and PlayStation games, they will release at that $70 price point, but about 3 to 4 months later, they will go down in price. Usually 4 to 6 months later, for sure, games will go at a permanent discount usually. Nintendo games? No way. You're still seeing, like we were talking about it yesterday in the news segment. Go look at yesterday's news segment on YouTube. Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 is a game that came out, what did we say, 9 years ago? 9 years ago? 2014? Yeah. 2014. Came out 9 years ago. And still costs $60 on the regular. That's the way Nintendo does things. And so now you're talking about Nintendo's games are increasing to $70 as well. And those games never go on sale. Hardly ever go on sale. And even outside of that, the sales are few and far between. And then the games go straight back to full price. We're talking decades later. Online versus retailers. Further data reveals that only 3.2% of game sales came from physical stores. In comparison, a staggering 96.8% was split between online stores and digital downloads. The pandemic meant high street retailers saw a decrease in sales. However, sales rose to £110 million in 2022, which was an increase compared to £84.1 million back in 2021. Despite this, it was still a decrease from 2019's £227.4 million. The increases are gross. It says, what do you think of the increases? The increases are gross. We talk about this a lot. There's no need. As far as I'm concerned. With all the other monetization tactics and schemes and things like that go on in the gaming industry anymore, there's no need. It's just it's a greed thing. So, good stats here. If anybody wants to take a dive into it. Feels bad they left Nintendo out because Nintendo's doing the same thing that Xbox and PlayStation are doing. Raising price points. It just hasn't been talked about as much yet. Because it's kicking off with their Tears of the Kingdom. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is launching, what is it? Is it next month? Or is it May? Dude, why do I not have that date in my head? We're talking, it's May, right? Yeah, May like 10th, May 12th? There we go, May 12th, yeah. May 12th. So that's when Nintendo's going to start kicking off their $70 price points for games. Starting with that one. But it'll be across a lot of their games. They've tried to say it won't be. It will be. Microsoft expects Call of Duty Mobile to be phased out for Warzone Mobile. New Call of Duty mobile game is planned for release this year. Microsoft has said it expects Call of Duty Mobile to be phased out over time for Warzone Mobile. Developed by Tencent's Teamy Studio, the free-to-play Call of Duty Mobile was released in October of 2019, had topped 650 million downloads as of May of 2022. According to its publisher, Activision, the company said at the time that Call of Duty Mobile had enjoyed a record year in 2021 with consumer spending well above $1 billion US dollars, following a surge in downloads coinciding with its release in China. According to Microsoft, Activision's long-term plan is to replace the game with Warzone Mobile, which is scheduled for release this year. Warzone Mobile is being co-developed by Activision's Shanghai, Beenox, Digital Legends, and Solid State Studios. The Competition and Markets Authority has said Microsoft may need to divest part of Activision Blizzard or Call of Duty if the watchdog is to approve the $69 billion merger. Yeah, we know. Okay. If you want to read more about that, we've already talked enough about that today, but here you go. So what you need to know here is Call of Duty Mobile is going to be replaced by Warzone Mobile. Okay, that is basically what's going to go down. It doesn't have definitive dates yet, really, but it's going to happen. Okay. PS5 system update 7.0 is now rolling out globally. Latest major update for PS5 console 7.0 is rolling out worldwide with a number of handy features like Discord voice chat integration, variable refresh rates, support for 1440p resolution output, and the ability to update a DualSense wireless controller without plugging it in. While these features are fairly minor, they should improve the overall console experience on PS5 while making it easier for everyone to hop into party sessions to play with friends and share their favorite games. For those in the US and the UK, the latest update also brings a new beta voice command feature with video clips of gameplay now controllable by voice alone. Saying, hey PlayStation, capture that, for example, will save a video clip of recent gameplay. This feature is likely to be rolled out globally in the coming months. They've got a full list of major features, including the 7.0, included in this 7.0 system update. They've got Discord voice chat. Start or request a share screen from your friend's profile. Join game icon and party chats. Friends who play tile. Manually upload game captures to the PlayStation app. Like we just said, variable refresh rate support for 1440p resolutions. Game library enhancements. Game presets for multiplayer session preferences. PS4 to PS5 saved data migration. Fantastic. PS5 to PS5 data transfer, cool. Screen reader improvements. Wireless device update for DualSense wireless controller, like we just talked about. Updating controllers wirelessly without the need of having to do it through a wired connection, right? So that was the main gist there, but there's links and more details about those updates if you want. It's right there in chat, okay? Nintendo has released a Bayonetta Origins demo on the Switch eShop. Progress made into the demo will carry into the full game, which releases next week. Players who purchase the full game will be able to transfer their progress from the demo when it releases on March 17th. Unlike third-person action games of the main series, Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon sees players use the left Joy-Con to control Cereza, while using the right Joy-Con to control Cheshire, a huge toy cat that Cereza has brought to life. The game tells the story of a young Umbra witch who would go on to become the Bayonetta in the recently released third game. We've seen some stuff about it previously. Exploring storybook-inspired worlds, the game aims to introduce new fans to the series. Peter, what's up, my friend? I'm great, buddy. How are you doing? So in VGC's preview of Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon, critic Matthew Castle wrote, "You might wonder why Platinum is taking a series beloved by action fans and attempting to mold something friendlier, both mechanically and visually. You wouldn't call Origins a family game. It's chock full of demons and folkloric oddities, but there's a tweenness and simplicity that feels like a bid to put Bayonetta in front of a different audience. Whether or not it will succeed opening this series up is hard to call from a handful of opening levels. Will kids be drawn in by the storybook charm and come out the other end as pure Platinum acolytes? Hard to say, but anyone picking up Origins is going to get a taste of what Platinum does best. Good characters, clobbering bad characters. Probably find it more welcoming than their other games." Yeah. If you want, how long is this? It's not even playing. It did look like this was a bit busted, this video. It wasn't showing a length on it or anything. We've seen gameplay and trailers and stuff of this game, so if you're interested, on your way to work, yo, my friend, I hope you have a fantastic day, dude. Be safe getting there and engaging in your work day, man. RE4 Remake Day 1 patch will fix the game's bad rain. Raingate comes to a merciful end. The Resident Evil 4 Remake will get a Day 1 patch that includes fixes for its controversial rain effects. Can't believe I'm calling a video game rain effect controversial, but in fairness, the rain in RE4 Remake does look pretty weird. In a lengthy gameplay video published by Game Informer a month ago, the rain looked artificial, seemingly following Leon through the environment while even while he should be moving through the droplets. Oh, gross. On top of that, it seemed to obscure the action to an unnecessary degree. The effect was certainly exacerbated by the compression on the YouTube video, but even the host of the video commented the rain was a bit intense. Huh. Criticism of the rain effect became pretty prolific after the gameplay video was published, and in true internet forum fashion, we started to get counter criticism of the people who were criticizing the rain in the first place. Somehow, this all expanded far enough. People started calling it Raingate. But now, producer Yoshiaki Hirabayashi tells Press Start Australia that we've seen everyone's reaction to the rain effects, and we are working on a day one patch to make adjustments. Huzzah! Huzzah, chat! Our wet national nightmare is over. RE4 Remake is set to launch on March 24th, a couple weeks from now, which is getting to be very soon. Preloads are already live with a hefty just over 67 gigabyte download. Just prepare for a little extra download to be protected from the bad rain. Umbrella Corporation is finally living up to its name. Very nice. All right, if you guys need this. There you go. Hogwarts Legacy update fixes dozens of bugs. The giant patch, now live for PS5, Xbox, Series X, and S PC players, touches on a number of technical issues. Many of these have to do with specific quests, one of which concerns the Mooncalf Biscuit, who is forever locked in a cage in some situations, kept players from getting the related trophy or achievement. Also, a few performance-related notes. As Avalanche says, the streaming issues in the school have been addressed. Ray tracing will also be more stable in long sessions. Visual effects will also be better when ray tracing is on. Performance should be slightly better for that feature across the board. Notes are slightly different for each platform, as shown by how the controller light, activity cards, and game help will all be better on PS5, how the Xbox version will run better on fidelity mode, and how the PC version will now better adapt to what controller is plugged in. Okay, whatever. PC version was trash. Grab this NVIDIA GeForce hotfix to stop your CPU from spazzing out after gaming. Graphics drivers are a critical component of a gaming PC, but they're also ludicrously complex pieces of software in their own right. Sometimes things go wrong, as they did this weekend with NVIDIA's GeForce driver version 531.18. This driver was found to have a bug that causes significant CPU usage in the background after running a game or GeForce experience. Really? Some GeForce owners reporting seeing unusually high CPU usage after installing NVIDIA's game-ready 531.18 WHQL driver, which released just over a week ago. In addition to the aforementioned optimizations, the latest driver package aimed to fix a few issues, such as Forza Horizon 4 Steam version, freezing after around 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay, and instability in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. While consuming some 10% of the system's CPU might not seem like a major bug, in practice it appears to have a seriously significant effect on game performance. Not sure what's actually going on there, but thankfully NVIDIA apparently was because the company issued hotfix driver 531.26 that addresses two problems: the aforementioned CPU usage malady, and another issue where certain laptops may experience random stop errors. Aside from that, this is essentially the same driver as 531.18, including game-ready support for Soviet Union-themed Bioshock-like game Atomic Heart, as well as The Finals, a new competitive FPS game from the original creators of Battlefield. It also includes small optimizations and game profiles for a number of recent releases, including Hogwarts Legacy. Of course, the big feature for 531 series of GeForce drivers is Video Super Resolution. Using this, you can upscale web videos from lower quality settings up to the full resolution of your display. We tested it on a number of videos and found that the effect was pretty minimal if the video has a lot of fast motion, but that it could deliver impressive results in videos with slow motion or a lot of static images. Yeah, man. Yeah. The downside, of course, is heavy GPU utilization. On the highest level 4 quality setting, upscaling a video from 1080p to 4K put about a 40% load on the author's RTX 4080. Holy crap. It's going to seriously cripple game performance unless the game is extremely lightweight. It's also not great for responsiveness of your Windows desktop, to say nothing of power consumed by the operation. Jesus. Yo, dude, I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah. I don't update my GPU drivers until they've been out for a month or two. So what this says is, yeah, I mean, they've already put out a new hotfix driver. So the bad one was 531.18 that was causing all the CPU issues. But they put out a hotfix driver, but I would still wait. You know what I mean? Just because they're like, oh, this fixes everything doesn't mean it will fix everything, right? So, I mean, you can risk the biscuit if you want. Go try out the new hotfix driver of 531.26 and see if it's okay. But see, dude, I don't even run the GeForce Experience stuff. I don't let it prompt me. The GeForce Experience software, you know, that's probably what you're getting prompted by, right? I go update mine manually. I don't like getting prompted and stuff, and so I go check every once in a while, see how long a driver's been out, and check how well it's been performing, and then I update. I don't even deal with the GeForce Experience stuff. Oh yeah. We've talked about that, right? Yeah. So I don't deal with those like, I get enough flipping notifications on my PC about other crap, dude, that I'm like, dude, I don't need the GeForce stuff, man. Yeah, no, I get that too. Yeah, I get that too. For me, it would be more like, because I don't have any use for it, it would be more like just fluff software, dude. You know, there'd be no use for it. That's why I just don't install it. But for some people, it's very useful, and I get that. Yeah, for me personally, it's just I would get nothing out of it. But yeah, I'm not dogging it. It just wouldn't do anything for me, other than bug me with notifications, probably. There you go, guys. Be careful. Be careful. If anything, stay away from 531.18 and jump up to 531.26, okay? Several LEGO games, including a Diablo-like Disney project, have been canceled. TT Games has reportedly been working on LEGO Guardians of the Galaxy and a LEGO shooter featuring Warner Brothers IPs. Hey. A number of LEGO games under development at TT Games has reportedly been canceled, including a high-profile title that was set to feature several of Disney's biggest IPs. According to a Nintendo Life report, the game was codenamed Project Marley, would have a Diablo-like design focused on exploring dungeons, and had a roster that included characters from the Muppets, Toy Story, Frozen, Winnie the Pooh, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and more. A LEGO Guardians of the Galaxy game codenamed Project Cosmic, a mobile port of LEGO Worlds, and a non-LEGO shooter featuring Warner Brothers IP from Rock and Morty? I think that's supposed to be Rick. Oh, jeez, Rick. DC Comics, Stranger Things, and Looney Tunes, codenamed Project Rainbow Road, was also reportedly in development. It's claimed that the LEGO Guardians of the Galaxy project was set to be a more traditional LEGO game, but it was canceled after 18 months of development. Disney game is said to have been in development for 4 years, but after the release of Disney Dreamlight Valley, this project reportedly lost direction and was eventually canned. 4 years. A game in development for 4 years and got canned. Jesus. Project Rainbow Road reportedly started life as a Funko project at TT Games before developer Tintin was awarded the license to that toy brand, and TT tried to salvage its work before it pulled the plug on that project. Mandalorian DLC for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga was also reportedly worked on alongside a new LEGO Batman game. It has been suggested these projects are on hold as the studio focuses on its current project, a rumored Harry Potter game that's said to be as ambitiously massive as the Skywalker Saga. It's been a long time since they've done a Harry Potter LEGO game at this point, I think. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of a lot of the Lego games are very very good. I haven't played the Indiana Jones ones, but we have like a lot of the Marvel ones. We've got the Harry Potter ones, and we've got a good number of them. Anyways, yeah, they're pretty good. They're chill, dude. It's like a lot of really satisfying, just like destruction, and there's a lot of like good humor in them and stuff like that. So they're fun. Yeah. But looks like they've canceled some of these there, so who knows? Uh this is gonna go back here. We'll do the Starfield stuff last. How about that? Steam gets 3 more legacy Call of Duty games. Activision has today released 3 more Call of Duty games from the past on Valve's Steam platform for PC. For the first time in years, Activision chose to let loose the latest installment in the series, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, on Steam in 2022, rather than making it exclusive to Battle.net as it had done with previous titles. While this release on Steam led to Modern Warfare 2 bringing a ton of additional sales on PC, Activision has now opted to add a handful of other entries on the marketplace as well. Starting yesterday, I'm guessing, yeah, starting yesterday, Steam users could then look to purchase Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, Black Ops Cold War, and Vanguard. The only game that has yet to come to Steam is that of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Given that this entry didn't feature a campaign, though, Activision may never bring it to Steam as its multiplayer component is essentially dead. All these titles in question are currently marked down by 50%, are retailing for only $30. Deal is set to last for roughly 2 weeks and will expire on March 23rd. If you'd like to pick up any of them soon, you might want to do so sooner rather than later. Okay. Here you go if you guys need this. Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice, Ferret. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're pretty good, dude. Yeah, I agree. The best feature for multiplayer gaming has just arrived on PS5. Yeah, we just talked about the update. They've got the Discord voice chat stuff integration on there now. So they've got some like how to set up stuff on here, all that stuff. I'm not gonna read through it, but I can confirm as a PC player that uses Discord quite often for gaming with my friendos and community members and stuff like that. You know, Discord is fantastic, and it gives you a lot of flexibility in what you want to do for your voice chat, as well as not necessarily having to be just regulated by what the in-game voice chat gives you by parameters and defaults and things like that. Oh, did they really, Fair? Oh, that's dope, dude. Cool. Yeah. And quite often, Discord's voice chat is going to sound better, too. It's a bit better of a VoIP system than a lot of in-game. Games are getting better nowadays. I will say that. Games are getting better with their VoIP systems. But Discord's very good. So we saw Xbox incorporate it over the last half year. Now it's coming to it's being incorporated in PS5 as well. Right. Yeah, there you go, Ferret. Yeah, I mean there are a lot of good reasons behind it being utilized as opposed to just in-game comms. And I highly recommend taking a look at it, implementing it into your gameplay, especially with people that you play with quite often. It's a very, very, very good system. They've got software that runs along with it for drowning out background noise and stuff like that. So that's very good for some people that like to sound like they're sucking on their microphone or like to munch down on stuff while they play all the time. Yeah, I'm pointing at me, dude. I eat all the time. But quite often people can't hear me because I use my own software for suppressing background noise and everything, but Discord has options for integrated background suppression software for their voice chat stuff, which it works very well as also. So There's a lot of good reasons to utilize it. I highly recommend people take a look at it on the PlayStation 5 as well. And I'll link this. It's got some good how-tos and everything to get you set up there, okay? Destiny 2 down for emergency server maintenance this March 9th. And this has been updated. Let's see what's going on. Those trying to log into Destiny 2 but can't, it's not just you, as Bungie has taken the Destiny 2 servers down for emergency maintenance this March 9th. And this is to deal with error codes and login issues. Update. Bungie has announced servers are going back up. Update. Destiny 2 is being brought back online. Background maintenance is going as we continue to investigate ongoing issues. Is Destiny still free to play? Yes. I think Destiny is free to play now. Yeah, correct? Yeah. The DLCs and everything cost. But the game itself, the base game, is free to play, yeah. Yeah. On the other hand, I think it's one of the things that turns me off too. I paid big money for this game when it first came out. And then I lost all my stuff because I didn't transfer my game over out of Blizzard's platform into Steam and everything. So I paid for like the season pass stuff initially, all that stuff, dude, for my game. Whenever I bought it. And the game came out initially on Blizzard. It was run through Battle.net, right? And then they took it off Battle.net, and I failed to move my account off and into Steam, and I lost all my stuff. That's one of the things that hurts me. I paid money. I paid good money for that game up front, dude, and lost everything. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know. I mean, this is one of the things that's really impressed. This is the difference, though, right? Like, this is one of the things that's crazy to me. You take a game like that. You take a game like that where people paid money up front to play the game, to buy the game, to play it, and even get season passes and stuff like that. And then they decided to move the platform. And then they didn't have any way for people like, yo, Peter, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Appreciate them cheers, man. And again, I mean, it's my fault, right? But it was like a very limited amount of time that people were able to transfer their game stuff over. And I was very busy in life at that time, and I just failed to get it done. And paying for the game up front and then not having any way to go back in and get your stuff transferred over afterwards feels really bad. And I can tell you this. I was looking into it the other day. There's another free to play game that we're playing today called Warframe. And what I had heard, I started looking into it. There are accounts that get locked out after not being played for a certain amount of time. You know, like because this game's going on being out for 10 years now. And I started playing it in 2014. And I was afraid that I hadn't connected my original account with Steam. But I had. I looked into it and I had. That's what I just took a dive back into it for the first time in a long time yesterday, and we're going to play some more of it today. Dude, it feels great. I'm really enjoying it. But I started looking online. There are a lot of people that had taken years and years and years off of the game, and they couldn't get logged into their old accounts. All they had to do was hit up support and go, hey, man, I've got an old account, and even had already started new accounts and be like, yo, can you guys like see if you can bring up my old account, unlock it, and maybe merge it with my new one? And they did it. You know, it's like, I think there's something to be said for that kind of support in a game that you don't even have to pay to play, right? Yeah, Ferret. I started playing in February of 2014. February of 2014. I have emails. Yeah. And I mean, when you think about it like that, I mean, again, I'm not trying to like say that it's not my fault or anything for not doing what what Bungie, put out emails about taking the game off of Battle.net's servers and stuff, but to not pull everybody's profiles off and put them on their own servers and stuff, so people's accounts could be accessed at some point in the future. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, Warframe's making money, but still, I mean, they're not making money up front off of anything. Anybody can get in there and play the game. It's a free-to-play game. It's built off a free-to-play service, so they have microtransactions and stuff like that, but it's done in a pretty good way as far as I'm concerned. And to have a game that you pay for up front and then they can't get your account back because something like that happens, as opposed to a free-to-play game where they can still go back and help people out, I don't know, man. So I've talked about it before. I've been interested in diving back into Destiny, but that's one of the big things that keeps me from doing it, is that I just don't have all my stuff from the game that I bought initially, and it feels bad that all that's lost, and it makes me not want to dive back into it. So yeah, I mean, Warframe did come out in 2013. I don't know when in 2013, but I started not too long after. When did Warframe? Probably, maybe, um, I don't know. It still feels bad. I don't know. They need to protect the player's data though. I think that's the big thing. No matter what the case may be, players' data should have been protected. And no matter, yeah, I mean, you could quite possibly be right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Peter, thanks again for the cheers, buddy. I appreciate it. So I think that's an important thing for developers that need to take into consideration though in any live service game that they're because there's always the potential for people to lose interest and then want to come back at some point in the future. And being able to get back in and access their data and stuff like that, I think that's an important thing for the developers to take into consideration. So protecting players' data, and being able to allow them to re-access in the lifespan of the game being up and active, I think is an important thing. It's just always felt bad to me ever since that happened, and I realized that it happened. Again, it's not just Bungie. I mean, it's my fault too, but Warframe came out when in 2013. March of 2013. So I started playing it just a little, right around a year after it released. Yeah, yeah. So it's hitting a decade old, like right now, And I started playing it in, I think, February of 2014. So I started playing it in February of 2014. I played it for like on and off for about a year, I think, roughly. And then I like took a real quick dive back into it in 2017. And that's when I connected all my stuff. Tinwin, what's up? And but really, man, I mean, you'll see whenever I dive in there. My stuff's very old. I got a couple of new Warframes just because I have Prime, Amazon Prime, and they collaborate with Warframe, and you can get in-game content. So I got Hydroid Prime and another Prime, or another Prime Warframe, and so I started using those yesterday. But I've got to get through a lot of the story and stuff. But it felt really good being back in it yesterday, and if people have been interested in it, I can say, I mean, there's a lot to learn. The wiki for this game is really where you're going to get all your education from, because this game doesn't necessarily hold your hand and teach you absolutely everything about the game, and it's very deep nowadays too. It's evolved significantly, which has been one of the biggest daunting things about me diving back into it, was how much it's expanded and how deep it's gotten. And it would take me time to really learn it all. I would have to learn. I need to learn all the stuff I knew initially and learn all the new stuff, And so But I'll tell you, just from playing yesterday, I loved it, dude. I'm so glad that I reinstalled it and I'm diving back into it. And it is free to play. So again, anybody that's wanting to play, while I'm streaming it and stuff, I'm gonna probably just be playing it on and off for a while now, as like a time filler, weekend game, something like that. So people want to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Ferret. Yeah. Yeah, it's cross-platform. You know, it's free to play. And I'm just getting back into it. So anybody that wants to play, Doug, I mean, we got 10 Wins hanging out. 10 Wins got a lot of stuff in the game. He's played it for a very long time. We had other people that came and joined in the community yesterday that have been playing it for a long time too. So we've got all kinds of people with great knowledge about the game. I'm relearning a ton of stuff, but we got a lot of people around that know it. Well, that's what I'm starting to push storyline stuff. That's what I'm just gonna start pushing and unlocking as much of the like map, do story stuff, all that stuff. So I'll take a look at doing that today. Yeah. But yeah, I mean we can just play together, dude. They've got like open world environments in the game now, which they didn't have whenever I played, which is really cool. It feels great. And dude, this game, I used to play this game, and I remember playing this game back on like an old Bulldozer AMD processor, like a 6850 or something Radeon, and it looked and played fantastic. And I was playing yesterday at like a 120 frames, 1440p, medium settings. While still encoding my stream through my GPU, and had all optional like visual settings turned on, and the game looked fantastic. And I was still had about 25% of my 3070 available for use. Yo, random mode time. So the game looks great, and you don't have to have like. I know I can tell you that you could be rocking a pretty you could be rocking like a 900 Nvidia or a 1000 series Nvidia or something comparable to that, and this game would still look and feel really really good on it. I'm telling you. So there's something to be said for a game that looks and feels this good, and the way that you don't have to have like a mid to high end PC to like play this, man. Oh, sick Ferret. Nice, dude. Yeah, but I'm psyched to be back in it, man. So Destiny 2 is looking like they're up now. Now this is the update, so it is saying they're back online. But yeah, they had a whole bunch of stuff good. A patch seems to be set to roll out. Yeah. This was at the bottom though. Let's look at their Twitter feed real quick. Yeah. So this was yesterday at 11:27 p.m. So about 3 hours after this tweet is when they got everything back up, it looked like. Yeah. So it was like 3 hours later, right? When did they initially announce? They just kept extending it and stuff. Yeah, that's rough, dude. I mean, at least they got it figured out, but yeah, that always feels bad when you're trying to play a game and it's like, all right, dude, there's maintenance, and you're like waiting, itching, it's like, oh god, dude, there's 2 hours left, and it's you look at the clock and it's like, all right, man, hour and 59 minutes left. You know what I mean? But then you get down there And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, we need to extend that that maintenance by 4 hours. Like, oh, no. And then it just keeps getting extended, so that always feels bad. Around 7:15 last night. Oh, okay. Yeah. Said if it's the same time zone, they said like about 11:30 last night was the Twitter for me, 11:30. But it might not be the same time zone. So. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what? It was about 5 hours of downtime. Is that right? Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's significant. I've seen worse. I know it still doesn't feel good, but all right, here we go. We've got shout out to Tinwin. Tinwin made us aware yesterday because this didn't hit until after our news segment yesterday. But Bethesda has officially announced the launch of Starfield will be happening on September 6th. We've got a launch date announcement here too, but they've also announced their Starfield Direct. And so let's read about this, and then they've got it up right here too. So we'll read this and we'll watch this, okay? This will be, we don't even need that up, the last article that we touch on for today. So let me know if you guys have anything else to add for the news today, and we'll discuss it. We'll touch on it before we move on. We're going to play Warframe for a few hours. Then we're going to hit the Nacon showcase at noon. And then, so we'll break at noon for lunch, and we'll watch the Nacon showcase while we eat lunch. And then we'll get back into Warframe for a few more hours. And then we'll end the day today with the Capcom showcase. Cool. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, fair. Yeah, dude. Two big announcements today, courtesy of Bethesda's Todd. It's hot towered, guys. It just works, you know? You guys know, it just works. It's Aunt Todd. Two big announcements today, courtesy of Bethesda's Todd Howard. A Starfield Direct is heading our way on June 11th. Guys, that's right around, okay, so that's summer showcase time. Yeah, that's big summer showcase time. So that's not surprising, really. We knew that there was going to be a dedicated Starfield showcase coming. It makes sense that they're going to be doing it around this time. This is when a lot of, if E3 happens, E3 will be around this time. A lot of, the summer game showcase with like Jeff Keighley will happen then. A lot of other publishers and developers will be doing their showcases at this time. It's like the second week of June, you know. We'll get like Devolver always does a really cool one, man. All the big devs and publishers will be doing theirs. So along with that, we'll get a dedicated look at Starfield, right? This will provide a fresh and in-depth look at the upcoming sci-fi adventure. Additionally, a new release date of September 6th was revealed. Excuse me. As Starfield lands exclusive to Xbox Series X and S and PC, subscribers of Xbox Game Pass will be able to fully play Starfield on day one. Check out the announcement video below.
This is Constellation Star Station LO868. Welcome aboard. The eye is showing signs over another one of those big anomalies. Maybe you catch a smile and uncover the source of it all.
Hey everyone, from myself and everybody here at Bethesda,
Hot tower,
we are
dude.
so excited to finally tell you when Starfield is coming out this year. You know, we have poured ourselves
Tinway, that's
into
what I'm
this
scared of
game,
too, dude.
and
That's what I'm
even
scared of too,
surprised
bro.
how much
I
we can
mean,
pour.
look,
It
man.
is
I mean,
large. We're playing the game all
I'm
the time.
hopeful, you know.
Shout out over
I
here
always
to
want a
lead
game to be
producer
good,
Tim
man.
Lamb.
You know,
Old
but
school
it's
fans,
just
you
the
may
reality
remember
of the
him
world we
from
live in
the
gaming.
Oblivion
It's like
making of video,
I just
where he's
don't,
sitting on
I
a
don't
similar
trust,
sofa
man. There's
doing
certain
similar
developers
things.
I don't
But
trust
also,
to
this June,
release a
we're gonna
game in
bring
a
you
solid
into the
state, dude.
studio
Bethesda's
and
one
give
of
you a
them.
deep dive in the game
Old
at our
Hod Tower,
Starfield
bro.
Direct. There's so much that we still have to show you. The game has many of the hallmarks that you'd expect from us, but it's also a very unique experience. And again, thank you all for all your excitement about the game, your support, your comments. We really do read it all. And look, we know you've waited a long time to play something new from us.
I hope it's good.
Believe
I
it or
do.
not, we're kind of the same. We miss it, and we really just can't wait for you all to play it. So thanks, and we'll see you soon.
So, here's what I wish they would have done. This is what I wish they would have done. You know how dope this would have been? Check this out. Right here, dude. Where they've got like the astronaut, right? And it's like, whoa, and he gets like sucked in, and then this happens, and it goes dark. Boom. You know what they should have done right there? They should have popped in the Skyrim intro, dude. Where you wake up in the flipping cart. You know what I mean? They should have done the Skyrim meme, dog. That would have been so killer, dude. That would have been so good. Yeah, you're right. But, dude, that would have been so funny, man. That would have been so funny, dude. Boom! It, like, snaps off, and then you, like, wake up in the cart, and it's like the astronaut, right? It's like the dude's wearing nothing but like the helmet or something. That would have been so funny, man. Oh, god dang, dude. That would have been great. Oh, Jesus. That would have been like the best trailer ever, dude. Oh, Jesus, dude. All right. Well, that's it, dude. That's the Jam-a-lam. Cool. Well, now we know. September 6th is the current drop date for Starfield, and we will get a dedicated deep dive into the game on June 11th. Cool. So I'm actually going to where's this? Is that not on there anywhere? Okay. I need to put this on a schedule, that way we know when that's hitting. So solid. Okay. Perfect. Nice. All right, man. That's it. That's the news, dude. So again, what we're gonna do is move on. We'll do some Warframe for a few hours. Then we'll watch what do we got, about 3.5 hours of Warframe that we'll play. Then we'll get into the we'll take a lunch break, and we'll eat lunch and hang out together while we watch the Nacon event, Nacon showcase. Then we'll play about 4 more hours, roughly 3.5 to 4 more hours after that ends of some more Warframe, and then we'll end the stream today with some Capcom stuff, dude. So it'll be a cool day, man. We'll get plenty of gaming in. We'll get some couple of different showcases in. It should be some good times, man. So on that note, dude, you guys rock. I appreciate you very much. Shout out, dude. Peter, thank you for the cheers this morning, my friend. Everybody for just being a part of what we do here. You guys rock very much, and I appreciate it immensely. For anybody that might not be exposed to what we do here live, and you're getting to check out some of our content as VODs on YouTube, or highlights on the Twitch channel, whether it be the news segments or gaming content, episodes, highlights, things like that. If you're enjoying it, man, I would prompt you to come hang out with myself and the rest of these amazing individuals whenever we go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. Start off all of our streams with video gaming news before we dive into whatever gaming content we have planned for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for what will be March 10th edition of Video Gaming News. And I don't know. I don't know if we're going to play Warframe. I don't know if we're going to play something else, but we'll figure it out. We always do.